Okay, well, newsflash, I'm going up 37 and a half. I measured it more closely, and I always like to measure to the center of a grab bar because it's easier to mark rather than top or bottom or anything like that, because you always know where the center is based on your screw pattern or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to end up going 37 and a half from the ground up. Now the first trick on these type have concealed screws, and it has a little cover that snaps over that. Some grab bars don't have that. This is pre-finished, and then you run the screws in there and you see the 3 screws. The backing plate looks a little different than this, obviously. Okay, but the first thing on these is, how the heck do you pull these off? Because see, they twist on there and there's some little nibs. There's 3 little nibs on here, and there's a little groove on the back side. You have to kind of line those up, because if you don't have it lined up, it's going to be real difficult to unsnap this. Okay, so I put it right there. I got to kind of push kind of hard on it, like that. Okay, that snaps off. Okay, so I'm going to get these all slid out, and I'm going to kind of look at this, and I'm going to center it on the toilet. I know the edge is going to be over to about there somewhere. Okay. Now if you have a stud finder, you could find the studs with a stud finder. I'm going to show you a different way. I don't have the stud finder here. If you don't have one, don't fret. You may not need one. Just start knocking on the wall. Hear how deep that is? That's hollow space, and you can tell if you just keep coming over. When you hit a stud, it's going to kind of go up higher. Right there, and you'll be able to feel it with your knuckle, your finger, whatever. Because see, then it goes back down. Hear that? It's hollow. There's the stud right there. Right in there, the stud is 1.5 inches, so I can feel it there, and I can also feel it there. See that? I know there's one there. Generally, they're 16-inch on center, but sometimes they have fire blocks in here, or different backing blocks for copper pipes and all that coming up through here. I see a water line coming up the wall, you know, for the toilet, so I gotta hope that I don't hit that. Usually they run the pipes back further than the edge of the stud or anything. See, right about there is where the other one is. See? So if I look at that and I measure over 16 inches, it's about right there, and that's where that next stud is. Okay, so either way, this is probably not going to hit either stud unless I move it over. If I move it over to there, I can hit one stud and I'm off the other one, right? But I don't want to do that. I want to center this. So this one, more than likely, I'm going to miss this stud over here with this last screw. I don't think there's a way I can put that in at an angle and hit that or whatever. Okay? I'm going to line that up. So now I have to split the difference on the toilet tank from left to right. Then I can, once I get that, I can measure off the wall. Let's say over here, over to the edge of this edge, transfer my marks and all that kind of stuff. Main thing is I want it up 37 and a half and centered. Okay, so I'm gonna measure that real quick, and I'll get right back to you.